So yesterday I lost my job, and while it hurts, I figured out that job loss is just one form of rejection. Rejection comes in different forms, comes in form of friendships, relationships, applications, even dreams. When I got the rejection news, I felt really disappointed. I started wondering what was next. But then I reminded myself that one setback cannot cancel God's plan for my life. It doesn't erase my skills, my experience, my dreams, or my future. Today I came to the park to just sit around and relax and talk about how we can handle rejection without letting it break or define us. So when I came to the park, it wasn't raining, but right now it's raining, so I just had to sit in one of the small huts to make this video. One mistake many of us make is pretending that we are okay when we are not. Rejection comes because we are human. It's okay to feel disappointed. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let yourself grieve and take a moment to think about what just happened. What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Where do I need to work on myself, or where do I need to get better at? So personally, I took some time to grieve. Took some time to think about what just happened, what I could have done differently. Okay, moving forward, what I can do differently. I'm responsible for my own part of the bargain. I'm not responsible for what maybe other people didn't do well. So, and since I'm trying to be the best version of myself, so I still take out time to figure out, okay, what just happened? What could I have done differently to get a better outcome? So, yeah, if you feel rejected at any point of your life, just let yourself grieve, because if you pretend and act like it didn't happen, well, it did. It will only make matters worse. The wound, the hurt will still come up later, and it might be hurtful to your emotions, it might be even hurtful to your health. So at first I was trying to hold it in, like, it didn't happen, I didn't lose it, I just tried to hold it in. But I was like, at some point I decided to just let myself be. Actually, yesterday, when it was the day, like my final day at work, i I figured out that I was just edgy. I was just very uncomfortable, and I didn't eat all day, and I didn't even remember that I had not eaten. At some point, I had to give myself, the time and the space to actually feel the pain, and I shed a few tears. I knew that it was a place I didn't want to stay for long. I actually planned on resigning a month before the project was terminated. So, because I just knew that this wasn't working. But then I had to ask myself, so why do I feel this hurt, right? If I wasn't going to stay, then why do you feel this hurt? So I now figured out that it's the rejection thing, the fact that I didn't leave myself. I was asked to like pause or stop the project. So if I had stopped the project, I still think I would have felt bad. Personally, I like to finish what I start. So I might have felt like, okay, I failed here. I wasn't able to complete this, even though it wasn't entirely my fault. There were different factors, but I could have felt like, okay, maybe I could have done better in one way or the other. The biggest challenge is actually letting rejection stop you. Every successful person has a collection of rejection behind their success. And I'll just give you a scenario. How would you feel like if someone who came to meet you and gave you their opinions about what you're doing? Oh, you're not good at it. I think you should quit. I think you should pause. And then you listened and then you stopped. Fast forward 2 years down the line, and then they come again and say, oh my god, why did you stop what you were doing? There was something you were doing before, and I was so motivated by it. Oh, I really liked it. And you have a flashback and you're like, Come again. You were the same person that made me stop what I was doing because you told me I wasn't good enough. Trust me. Most of them will say they can't remember telling you that. Most of them will say, oh, they never told you that. Oh, some of them will actually say, oh, why did you listen? And they can be your friends, they can be your family, they can be your colleagues. It doesn't matter. Don't let rejection stop you. I absolutely enjoy visiting the city park. I love sitting out in the nature and enjoying the cool breeze, watching the birds, the lake and everything. So when I came in here, it was absolutely dry and a bit sunny. But before I was about to start my video, it started raining. So everywhere seemed wet, but I was not about letting the rain stop me. So I just had to start my video anyway, and I'm enjoying the rain. I took some time to walk in the rain with my umbrella. So I just wanted to enjoy the park, what it feels like being in the park on a rainy day. So, a closed door doesn't mean you're not good enough. Sometimes it simply means that opportunity wasn't meant for you. Your value does not decrease because someone else or something couldn't see it. It doesn't decrease you from who you really are. And rejection is not a verdict on your abilities. It doesn't mean, oh, what you're good at. You suddenly are not good at it anymore just because you got rejected. That is why we need to build our self confidence. Be responsible enough to know when you're good at something and when you're not good at it. Tell yourself the truth. Like, if you know that, okay, I'm good at this thing, you work on it to be better. Then, if someone tells you you're not good at this, I don't think you should listen to the person. Don't internalize any form of discouraging words. Even when it comes from close members of your family, it can come from anybody, it can come from your friends. So, not every rejection is a verdict on your abilities. Sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's circumstances, sometimes it's not just right fit for you. So, every rejection comes with a lesson. So, instead of asking yourself, why me? I think a better question would be, what lesson is in this for me to learn? It shifts you from being the victim to being a student. And personally, I feel that's the safest space to be, because when you're always a victim, people tend to walk all over you. When something happens and you're the victim, something else happens, you're the victim. And then they'll just sympathize with you, yeah. But what I noticed is, when you're always the victim, people kind of make up their mind on what you can handle and what you cannot handle. And then when they see that, oh, someone told her this and this is how she feels about it, okay, I'll now tell her something that is worse than that. You know, they might even walk all over you more than the first person that did, while they were the ones telling you, oh, sorry, oh, such a terrible person, how could she do that, how could he do that? And then here they are doing something that's even worse than what the first person did to you. So I feel like being a victim is a vulnerable state that it's not safe. It's not even safe for you, and it's not good enough for you. It will just make you be like an object of pity party, sorry and all, and it's not going to make you stronger, it's not going to make you better. So instead of being the victim, I think you should just learn from it. Just like gold is tried through the fire. When gold is in its raw state, nobody likes it. But when it's processed, then it comes out through the fire, then it becomes so beautiful and expensive, and people can pay huge sum of money for gold. That's because it went through the fire. So you just see this rejection as gold going through the fire. Just see it as a process, your own process, you know, and don't waste your pain, don't waste it. So if you're going through a rejection right now, I want to remind you that that rejection is just an event. It is not your identity. Keep showing up, keep growing, keep believing that the right doors will open for you at the right time. Have you ever faced a rejection that eventually led to something better? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone. Thank you for watching and see you next time.